Call to order the regular meeting of Independent School District 695, Chisholm, Minnesota. Noah, can you take roll call, please?
Yep, Director Karati Simon.
Here.
Director Lappy.
Here.
Director Raha.
Here.
Director Rhonda Stoddard.
Here.
Director Rice.
Here.
Chair Casey.
Here, thank you. Next, public comment. Seeing nobody, we'll move on. Recognitions of guests and visitors. We do have Aubrey Hoover on the list.
So Aubrey was supposed to be here tonight, but Aubrey is part of the regional mental health response team in the event of a crisis.
Oh.
And Chicago Lakes Middle School and High School, I don't know if you saw that on the news, but unfortunately there was a head-on collision between two cars full of children. And several fatalities with that, so she responded as part of the Northeast Service Co-op regional team. So she asked me just to give you a little bit of information about what she was coming to present tonight, and that was primarily related to Bus Stop Connections. Bus Stop Connections is something that's going to start next week. You guys talked about this last year. There's already been board approval for that. But we waited with all the changes in leadership and everything going on. We decided we would wait and kind of get our bearings a little bit, but we're ready to go. And the theory behind Bus Stop Connections is really just about that main word, a connection at the bus stop. So students, adults, community members, they volunteer their time to either sign up for a morning route, which means they show up at a bus stop. And all they do is say, hey, how's it going? Welcome to school, high five, have a great day, just build that connection. We have some that said it works better in their afternoon, so they'll be at the afternoon bus stop. Hope your day was great. High five, see you tomorrow. So it's kind of that bus stop connection. And we do have a few that just said, you know what? I don't really want to stand outside, especially in the winter elements. They're like, can I just ride the bus? And so we make sure that they have all of their background checks and things like that, but some of them will be riding some of our buses as well, just kind of as an extra adult on there, building some connections. So that will be starting here. There is no cost to the district for that. With the exception of potentially one small thing, and we're looking at getting some magnets for the bus stops, for the bus stairs that just say thank you, welcome to school, things like that. We might put some things out there for a culture and climate thing. But so she was here to talk a little bit about that. She's the main point. So she's the one that recruits, she trains, she follows up with, she validates, she does all of that support. So it's just something the Northeast Service Cooperative does for us, and that we don't need to do. So we're very thankful for that. So if you see her for the co-op, let them know that we appreciate that.
Yeah, great, thank you. Item 4, motion to approve the agenda with one addition to item D under administrative business. We do have an additional donation. So with that said, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as is.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Director Rhonda Stoddard,
Support.
support by Director Lappy. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 5, reports. First up, I'm gonna switch orders here. I'm gonna have the elementary principal, Robbie, if you would like to.
Good evening. So I looked at attendance from the beginning of the year until today. And at the Vaughn, we have 83.5% of our students who have attended school 90% or of our days or more. And at the CE building, 80.1% of students have attended 90% of the school days or more. I also looked at behavior logs, and when looking at those students who had zero behavior referrals, at the Vaughn it's 83.5%, and here it's 81.2%. So 81.2% of our students here at the CE have zero behavior referrals. And then I just wanted to share with you some upcoming events. Here in the CE building, we are going to hold a first quarter awards day. We have tentatively scheduled this for November 17th. We will be sending invites to parents and guardians to attend. We'll be giving out some PBIS awards, some academic awards, as well as attendance awards.
And what day was that? I'm sorry.
November 17th.
That's here, you said?
Mhm.
And what time is that?
We don't have the times yet.
Oh,
We're still
okay.
trying to decide if we should separate the grades or if it'd be best to have it all at one time. We're kind of trying to decide when we could do it all together, if we did it in the gym or just because the gym times are shared. At the Vaughn, they are going to be having Grandparents' Day on November 13th as well as a book fair on the 13th and 14th to coincide with conferences a little bit. Also, our Head Start and our pre-K through first grade students will be engaging in the SMART program again this year. It will start November 3rd. So, okay. Any questions?
Is that Grandparents' Day still the same time?
I believe so.
Yeah. Starts, get there at 10 or something?
Yeah.
That's, okay.
Any other questions for Ms. Albert? Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Robbie.
Item 6, motion to, oh, I'm sorry, Lisa, sorry.
Oh, that's right, I've done plenty of talking today, so today is our community tours, and our community tours were at 3:30, 4:15, we have another one at 6:15. They are very well attended. I think we had 40 at the first session, maybe 55 at the second session, and we are a full house again at the third session. And so we are hearing nothing but positive comments. There's a lot of excitement. They're like, wow, it looks great. Oh, it's about time. So nothing but positive. I made sure to make light a couple of times about taxpayer dollars because we wouldn't be here without our taxpayer dollars. And so we joked around with them a little bit to let them know that we know it hurts. We're the same taxpayers. We pay those same things that they pay. But that we're really appreciative for the tax dollars that have come forward to help with that as well. And we've even gotten good feedback on that. They're like, thank you for acknowledging that this has been tough on our community. So if you are watching at home, I don't know if we get a huge watch from home, but you still have time to show up for that at 6:15 if you'd like to show up for that last one. Other than that, a big one that I wanted to share with you today is that our enrollment is actually up.
Yay.
So last year we ended the year at 709 students. As of today, we are at 720 students.
Wow, 720.
And that is a big change from just 3 weeks ago. So we are still enrolling kids every single day. And they're coming in for a variety of reasons, but we hope to see those numbers continue to come in. Again, just a reminder that as numbers come in, so do sometimes challenges come in, and challenges mean sometimes changes in some staffing loads and things like that that we need to look at. For example, we do need to look at kind of a 7th grade science number. We're looking at that right now. Our class numbers are a little bit higher than they should be. Right now, we've got 37 kids sitting in a 7th grade science room. So we're trying to figure out what we can do about that scenario. We know that some of our special ed numbers are a little bit higher than we'd like them to be. Sometimes they're coming in with a few more challenges, need some IEP, staffing. So we're looking at some of those things every single day. But just kind of be aware that more numbers is good, but sometimes that means more staffing and more challenges too as we come through. I sent you a board update kind of last week with some other things in there, just kind of publicly want to make sure that everybody knows that we do have a couple positions open. Right now, we have our transportation foreman position open. We did make an offer, and we were declined. And so we were not able to currently fill that position. So that position remains posted out in the district. And the other thing that you'll see posted are some part-time substitutes. So sub-custodians, sub-bus drivers, sub-secretaries. We want to make sure that those get posted so that we have that fill if we need to. So those will be coming live any day now. They might even be live now, if not tomorrow.
So is that like a teacher on call type of situation too? Okay.
Yep, so all of those would be through Teachers on Call, which is now My Kelly, I think it's called. With those 3 positions though, we're gonna do something just a little bit differently Because I think if we put out there that My Kelly is hiring, people are like, I don't know what that is and I don't wanna work for My Kelly, they want to work for Chisholm Public Schools. And so when we post those 3 sub positions for bus drivers and for maintenance and for secretaries, it will post and they will apply directly to the district. Once we have our applicant, we'll have them go through that My Kelly process and that's when they'd be formally hired, would be through there, but the posting will be through us so that we don't have any confusion out in the community, what that looks like. The other thing that I wanna make sure that we talk about today is just kind of the PSEO costs and making sure that everybody's aware of the PSEO costs. You do see on your board agenda tonight 4 different resolutions, and we'll talk about those when we get to each of those. But last year we paid out just over, maybe, I'm looking at my number right now, 78,000, somewhere around there last year that we paid out. And this year we're projected to pay about 278,000 out. And again, I want to publicly be very, very clear that this isn't a fault of the parents. This just really is not. The cost of college tuition right now is astronomical. It is completely unfair to middle-class families that work in mines, that work in education. They make too much money to get any type of grants and support, but not enough money to pay $40,000 a year for their kid to take 1 year of college. And so rightfully so, they're looking back and saying, I can get a couple free years of college. In their mind, for their family and their well-being, it is free. It's not free, we're paying for it as schools, but the only way that we can fight that is being able to offer that same thing within our 4 walls here. And so that's some of those resolutions that MSBA is pushing through. And hopefully, in hopes that we can see some reprieve from that as we move forward. Any questions on that?
The substitute bus drivers is gonna run through Kelly Services also?
It has to, because what we have learned, there is a new law in the state of Minnesota that if they work over 67 days, now a sub bus driver likely wouldn't, but if they did, we would run into trouble because if they work over 67 days, they automatically have bargaining unit rates. And so that becomes a little bit challenging for a school district, so we would run it through My Kelly.
That's, I think we used to keep track. We had
Yep.
to keep track of.
Yep.
And they knew when they got hired.
Yep.
You know.
This is all you can work.
Yep,
Yep.
yeah.
So we'll be looking at that. The other thing that's coming up is just making sure, we're continuing to apply for grants, so just if you see our nurse Rose, you just gotta hug her and give her a high five and tell her she's amazing. This lady does not stop. I don't think she knows how to say no. Which as a leader I love, right? But we've gotta watch those people for burnout, but she not only is teaching classes, so she's teaching our CNA classes and some EMT classes, college credit available for those. But she's our full-time registered nurse, and then she just basically single-handedly, I think Noah and I each maybe put in 6 minutes a piece on it, but other than that, she wrote a $50,000 grant to make sure that we have all the AEDs that we need, the coaches will have go packs, things like that, and she's just going and going and going, so publicly just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that she's a rock star, very good hire on that end. I think that's about it for me. I think more will come up unless you guys have questions or comments.
I just want to make one comment about Rose and just to add on to what a great addition to our staff that she is. Not only is she writing grants and teaching, but on a weekly basis, she brings in people to talk to the class who are involved in the medical field and trying to get kids to understand that there's more to the medical field than being just a doctor and a nurse. So she tries to bring him in on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, so. Just a fantastic job.
So
Any other questions for the superintendent? All right, moving on. Item 6. Motion to approve the consent agenda. These are the minutes of the October 14th, 2025 regular meeting.
All motion.
Motion by Director Raha,
I'll support.
support by Director Anna Sauter. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item 7 under personnel, motion to approve the lane change request for Chelsea Winans from lane A to lane B.
So made.
Motion by
Support.
Director Lappy, supported by Director Crowdy Simon.
Yes.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item A1, I guess we have under here.
I think that's just a typo error that needs to be fixed.
Motion to approve the lane change request for Peyton Worley from lane D to lane E.
All motion.
Motion by Director Aha,
I'll support.
support by Director Crowdy Simon. Any discussion? I do have one. Can we, from now on, have these requests? Can we approve those under just the consent agenda?
They probably can be.
So,
So lane changes under consent?
being no further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Under, item B, motion to hire Tony Antonucci as assistant girls basketball coach.
Support, so make a motion. I'll support.
Motion by Director
I
Rice,
forgot what I was saying.
supported by Director Crowdy Simon. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Motion carries. Item 8, administrative business. Motion to approve the Fast Bridge renewal quote for November 1st, 2025 to October 31st, 2026 from Renaissance.
So made.
Support.
Motion by Director Crowdy Simon, support by Director Lappy. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item B, motion to approve the shared service agreement for early childhood coordinator between Mountain Iron Buell School District ISD 712 and Chisholm School District ISD 695 for the 2025 through 2027 school years.
A motion. Support.
Motion by Director Anasato.
I'll support.
Sure, I'll get support.
Support by Director Aha. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, motion to approve the purchase of bus number 4 and authorize payment to Santander Bank in the amount of $9,328.
A motion.
Motion by Director Lappy,
Support.
support by Director Crowdy Simon. Any discussion?
Older bus, newer
Are we
bus.
buying portables?
It's
Is
a,
it a lease?
Minibus?
it's a 2021 bus. It's got about 72,000 miles on it.
Okay.
It's in relatively good condition from, I did have, the dealer came out and looked at it over the summer with us too, and it's in, I think we're in a pretty good position with this purchase of 9,000. It's probably worth, I'd just be kind of guesstimating,
Does
but
it have wheels?
25 to 50.
It's got wheels on it, right?
Yeah.
This is one of our current buses, so
Yeah.
we're buying out the lease.
We are buying out the
Oh,
lease.
okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. The lease would have been more expensive than actually buying it out.
Should we
Yeah.
not call and correct that Jaden Jarmer no longer works here?
I think we tried,
Oh.
but no, it's, we will try to get that updated.
We have requested a different representative to work with us because it's been very challenging to even get the invoice.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, she might be
We beg
surprised
to
if
pay
she
the bill.
gets it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item D, motion to approve resolution 25-10-27, accepting donations. These donations are $500 from the City of Chisholm to support Chisholm High School Global Perspective class, $500 from the Evelyn Elks Lodge number 1161 to support Chisholm High School Global Perspective class, and a $500 donation from Fort of Hibbing to support Chisholm High School class of 2026.
It's 300.
300.
300. I was trying to get another 200.
I'll make the motion.
I'll support.
Motion by Director Rand Sauter.
Yeah.
You have to have a first and a second and then a vote.
Yeah. And who supported?
I started.
Supported by Director Karati Simon. Noel, would you take roll?
Yep, Director Karati Simon,
Yes.
Director Lappy,
Yes.
Director Raha,
Yes.
Director Ramasada,
Yes.
Director Rice,
Yes.
Chair Casey.
Yes, and we'd like to thank these three entities for continued donations to Chisholm High School.
Yes.
Item E, review the MSB legislation, online eligibility resolution, MSB legislation PSEO, comparable course resolution, MSBA legislation, PSEO eligibility resolution, and MSBA legislation, PSEO funding resolution. There are four of them here. I think Superintendent Perkovich sent these out in advance to us so we could take a look at them and peruse them and see if we have any questions. The only thing that I have is some of them are a little long and tenuous, but they're all valid for the fact that Superintendent Perkovich told us earlier that this year we're sending out 278,000 in PSEO reimbursement, so to speak. So I think some of these are asking us that one of them, and correct me if I'm wrong, Superintendent, is that if the school offers a course that is college eligible or credit, and a student decides to take it over at the community college instead, they would be responsible for paying for that class themselves.
That's one of the resolutions.
That's one of the resolutions.
That if we offer it comparably, that they must take it here.
So I think the other three, in a nutshell, are trying to make it equal and equitable for school districts, so we're not penalized. We're not trying to penalize students or parents. We're trying to, MSBA and the districts that support these resolutions are just trying to make it fair for us. Obviously, we still get funding for the student, but then we turn around and pay more out for the credited classes that those students are taking.
And it's detrimental to us, well, not only from the bottom line, but when you have 30 kids that can take, for example, Comp 1, and 26 of them decide to go PSEO, well then, we can't offer that class for 4 kids. We cannot staff that. And so now these 4 kids who decided to stay here can't get the same opportunities because we just don't have enough kids in that classroom. And so that's something that we have to look very, very closely at. So the online one and the PSEO one really talk about kind of setting some eligibility standards. I know that question has come up a lot, like, can you tell a kid no that they can't take online? And Minnesota law says, no, you can't. They can take currently up to 50% of their classes online, whether we want them to or not. Okay, and PSEO, there's no eligibility requirements. It's basically like, you wanna go, go. And that's really hurting small districts like us. And so 2 of them are about making sure that there's some eligibility standards. One of them is saying if you have a comparable class here, you have to take it. And one of them is about funding.
This kind of goes back to
to a certain extent to college in the schools and getting more master's degree teachers in this district. And we have several.
Yeah, we do.
And the more we can get, the better off we are to offer this. Yes, you pay them more, of course you do. But it's worth it, but they're here. And, you know, like I said, we have several, but we need more, and I think we all know that. It's just to keep the kids here and get their college classes here. And then we keep that 10,000 or whatever it is for that senior. I think it's just a no-brainer to see what we can do to find more master's degree teaching staff.
And, you know, on top of that, you know, we're getting to the season where kids will start to register, we'll start to make some staffing decisions. We're gonna look at numbers and we say, oh, we don't have enough kids to offer that section. But if we don't offer it, they will find that course someplace. And so this 278,000 is the equivalent to about 4 master's degree teachers.
Yeah.
4 master's degree teachers teach 25 to 40 different classes over the course of a year if we went by semesters. And that's a lot of different sections of things that we can offer that really give more of a robust education and opportunity and choice and voice and all of those things to our kids. So some of those decisions will be hard decisions to make, but we'll have to look at that as we look at staffing.
Are these resolutions going up to all school districts? Are they going to Wyzetta's, the Minnetonkas?
Yep, these are all over.
AYBs?
Yep, these are all over the state. And you know, every school board has the decision to support 1, 2, 3, or all 4 of these. Up here locally, the only ones we've heard from so far, we know that Hibbing has supported all 4, we know that Rockridge has supported all 4. And then the rest of us pretty much had it through the school board tonight, almost all of us have it here. Hermantown has supported all 4 in the Duluth area. And we'll be going to Duluth Public Schools this week. So it's just kind of up to us where we wanna go, but at least it opens up more of the conversation, I think, at the state level, of the awareness of.
And we know they have the support.
Yeah.
It's, you know, basically indicating that the school district is supporting the push and to look for work for this legislation to change.
Any other discussion? What I'd like to do to the board is I would entertain one single motion for all 4 resolutions in the MSBA legislations. You have a member of this board would like to pull one of those. Please do so as we make our motion.
I'll make the motion to support all 4.
Support.
Motion by Director Raha and supported by Director Lappy to approve all 4 resolutions, correct? Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Are they actually resolutions? Do we have to roll call them, do you think, or just
These are proposed
proposed
resolutions.
resolutions? So probably just a motion is fine. Yeah, okay.
Cause this is.
I thought so too. I didn't really see that they were actual like.
They're not actual resolutions, that was one.
Items F, G, H, I, J, K, and L are all second readings for policies. Second reading of policy 201, legal status of the school board. Second reading of policy 205, open meetings and closed meetings. Second reading of policy 206, public participation at school board meetings, complaints about persons at school board meetings, and data privacy considerations. Second reading of policy 208, development, adoption, and implementation of policies. Second reading of policy 209, code of ethics. Second reading of policy 211, criminal or civil action against the school district, school board member, employee, or student. Item L, second reading of policy 212, school board member development. And item N, second reading of policy 213, school board committees. For the general public, these are available for you either up here, and I think, do we have these posted online? Posted on the school district's website for your review or,
They are.
They're not a second.
and
You read through. Then we have to approve those two.
Oh, I thought you did them all, okay, I'm sorry.
so not needing a motion for that at this time, we'll move on to items N and O. These are the third and final reading of policy 210, conflict of interest for school board members, and policy number 806, crisis management. As you recall, the 806, we pulled 2 or 3 meetings ago.
I'll give a little update on that. We have been meeting with the head of our EMT services, our law enforcement, our fire chief, school nurse, school secretaries. We have admin, sorry, I forgot the admin back there. To review and revise our crisis plan. We kind of had our final meeting with them today. We think we're just about ready to go. So we're gonna type that up, get it where it needs to go, and that will go live here shortly with a couple of updates. The biggest update in that is that in the past, there was some confusion on whether we were an Alice school or a barricade school. I don't know if you've had that conversation. And based on the directives of our fire chief and our PD, they have asked us to not use Alice, that they just don't believe that they can have the crowd control necessary to maintain that. And so we will go back and revert back to the barricade in place.
With that said, I'll entertain a motion to approve those 2 policies.
All motion.
Motion
I'll
by
support.
Director Raha, supported by Director Lappy, or
No.
Director Miranda Sauter. Any other discussion?
I feel like I should probably throw out there just kind of the timeline for the new school opening in case you haven't necessarily heard kind of the newest rendition. The contractors are expected to be done on time by the end of December as originally planned. Our furniture and our technology will make sure that that's functioning and where it needs to be in the month of January. So we'll slow it down a little bit, make sure all the tech is functioning, network switches, Wi-Fi networks, phones, blue lights, all the different things that need to happen. Our furniture will be installed, our bulletin boards will be made all sorts of pretty and welcoming and wonderful. And then, as you see on the school calendar, the second week of February is conferences. And so we've intentionally decided that the 13th and 14th, let me look at the calendar, so I'm not wrong here.
While you're looking, I'll just finish up the
12th and
motions
13th.
here.
Oh, I thought we were done.
We didn't vote.
You said, is there any further discussion? Oh,
Yeah,
my
and then all
bad.
those in
Sorry.
favor?
Sorry.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Carry on.
Motion
Carry on,
carries.
back
Okay,
to
back to
this.
that.
Back
12th and
to
13th.
The 12th and 13th are conferences. And so if you're in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, you'll do your conference in the new facility. So that'll be the first time the general public will go in. So parents will be able to bring their kiddos in, see their new classrooms, their new spaces, and
You
kids will
said
start to
3rd
rapidly-
through 6th?
4th
4th through 6th.
4th through 6th, yeah. So K3 will stay down at the lawn, 4th, 5th, and 6th will be here. And then they'll start on the 17th.
They'll start February 17th.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like a moving company that's gonna move everything, is that typically?
Nope, so now that we've got like a month and a half in that time period, we feel like that's enough time to be able to slowly get the stuff over there, maintenance, and everybody will have about a month and a half to move boxes, so.
Yeah, again, none of the furniture or heavy stuff is going over there, so.
Oh, that's right,
Most of
that's
the
right, first
furniture.
weekend, so everybody's off on that Monday, right?
Right, so they will be moving all through January and.
Quick question after the tour, the storage that we saw like in the commons area, that's additional storage for teachers or? No, oh, okay, I
Like
was
that
just
storage for like chairs and desks and.
like there was some shelving and some cupboards, I guess.
In the learning commons?
Yes, yeah.
So I guess it could be, but for the most part, it's gonna be stuff that they would use in that spot.
Okay.
So, there's a book drop there, there's gonna be some books that they might wanna lock up, there might be markers and paper and things like that that they wanna leave in that space, but it's all stuff that will stay in that space.
Any other discussion?
I've been asked a couple times, I don't know why I'm forgetting. Some parents keep asking me when graduation is. Is it on our last day of teachers being in school? Because it's not actually on our school calendar, graduation. In previous years, graduation has been on our calendar.
Okay.
So we
When
might
have
wanna,
you typically done it?
The Friday
With the
after the
29th,
last day of school.
yeah,
right? So that's last day.
I
of
couldn't
school,
remember
that would
Thursday
be
or
that
Friday.
Friday.
and I'm always there.
Well, I'm hoping this year I'll get to hand out diplomas.
So it'd be Friday, it would be
Just this first kindergarten class.
Memorial
Yeah,
Day
that's
weekend, like the Friday. Right? Or the, right after?
It's not Memorial Day, is it Memorial Day?
Memorial is
The weekends
25th.
before? Yeah.
That's one
Okay.
before, yeah.
So the 29th, maybe.
I think the 29th.
That's the last day of
I think I
school.
probably thought the hot pink one, graduation.
We just started.
I know. Some people are planning grad parties already. Graduation is.
I planned my kids' grad parties when they were born. I started planning.
Yeah,
them.
I'm with you.
Collect the stuff.
Must've been a heck of a party.
Yeah. This graduating
You know,
class
I
is
will-
Jessica's first kindergarten class.
One thing that was brought up to me by at least two former teachers is hiring just an EBD teacher or instructor and possibly working out some situation where some of the children who qualify for that or students that qualify for that would be with that student or with that EBD instructor the whole time. Emotionally, behavior,
I thought we,
development.
they just kind of eliminated that. We used to have one.
I mean, we have EBD instructors, so the way that special ed works is you have level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And basically that means how many minutes a day are you out of the general ed room and in the resource room. We actually have very few students right now, Robbie, or Principal Albert, correct me if I'm wrong. We have very few that are at level 3, most of them are at level 1 or level 2. So first we have to get parents to agree to amend an IEP to move to level 3 service in order to be able to accommodate a classroom. And we have been beginning those conversations, but I don't know that they're too far down the train, do you?
Okay.
In this building, we don't have any students at level 3.
Okay.
But it is something we could look at. Usually it's a wash in funding, because typically a level 1 or a level 2, that means they're in the mainstream a little bit more, so often they need a paraprofessional with them in the general ed classrooms. And typically in a level 3, they don't always bring their paraprofessionals with them, so eliminating a couple paras then pays for the teacher staff. So it's just kind of how you're looking at staffing. I think we would support it. If parents support it and we can get the paperwork where it needs to go, it's something that we could look at.
Thank you. Item 10, any other information, board members, anybody? I'll just throw out a couple of things, and we all know this. Tours were going on today. We do have a work session tomorrow at 4 p.m. Our auditors have left the building. And let's just say they had smiles on their faces when they were leaving, so that's a good thing.
It's our Sterl never smiles.
No, and thank Noah and Morgan for their hard work, making the auditor's job a lot easier. A couple of things, sports related, we have girls swim sections coming up. So support your girls swim team. We have volleyball in the midst of their sections. They play on Wednesday night over at Rock Ridge, 7:15. And congratulations to our cross country. Not only for putting a full team together for the girls, that are we took first and second, section 7A. So congratulations to both the boys and girls cross country and the girls volleyball and the girls swim team. That's all I have. At this point, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Support.
A motion by Director Raha, supported by Director Rhonda Sauter. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Time is 5:52.
I saw you just put one of your more, sorry.
I would never take that away from you. Just hit the sun.
Okay, have a good night, everyone.
Good luck on Wednesday. Thank you.
Yes, good luck, ma'am.
The girls are so.
Oh, okay, I gotta go bring kids. Or what?
We'll be fine.
What's that?
How long is the tour?
Half
Half
hour?
hour?
Yeah.
What is it? Do I send both ones? Nope,
This
just one.
is,
They change how management style.
Are we still on camera?
No,
Are we on camera?
oh, sorry,
Yes.
not yet.